Hi, yes, it is Tuesday evening, checking in. Then I was like, oh, I'm kind of bored. Let me do a new moon in Libra tarot reading on TikTok. And the tarot reading was wild. So I'm going to show you all the cards. So the main card is the star card. So hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. Make a wish upon a star. So like really good energy, temperance, balancing stuff out, balancing out our heart and our mind, getting on the same page, getting on track. Strength card, listening to our instincts, feeling like we know what we're doing, feeling like we're driven, that Leo energy, letting ourselves shine. We got the Magician card in reverse. And so the Magician card is all about the energy of feeling like you know what you're doing, feeling like you have all the skills, all the tools that you need, feeling driven, feeling like, okay, like I know what I'm doing, I know what I need to do. When it's in reverse, it's more so saying that there's something that you may feel like you need to learn more about, that you don't have all the skills or the information that you need yet. And so it's a card that's saying that there may just be more that you need to go over, more to get clarity on. Then I got the Six of Swords, and so Six of Swords is a card all about leaving spaces that aren't the greatest for your mental health, going into a better place. Part of that is probably coming from the fact that we got the Magician card in reverse, that there's some place, a place or a circumstance where we feel like there's more we need to learn, that we need to brush up on, that we need to clarify and get better at our skill sets with. And so we're kind of putting that into action and saying that the place that we're at, where we're making this wish, where we are balancing out our heart and mind, where we're listening to our instincts, is making us recognize that we still have more to go. We have more to learn. We have more to do. We have further to go. But the environment that we're in is maybe not the most supportive for our being able to accomplish that. So we're wanting to move forward and change and be in a different space. And that's going to bring us to a new beginning, the Judgment card. There's probably some stuff going on with like mother issues here, because I really like the understanding that the Judgment card is tied a little bit to some maybe circumstances that make us feel like we are not as knowledgeable or as prepared as we should be because of perhaps some circumstances that our mothers experience, which led us to believe that we may not have been as desired or as wanted as a child, right? But that this is like a new beginning that's saying, okay, it's time to address that. It's time to get into a better space. Let's have a new beginning and heal from that. So I did clarifiers for the Judgment card, and we got the Death card. The Death card is all about endings, perhaps abrupt endings, but endings and transformation. It is Mars, and it's Mars ruled Scorpio. It is we start out in this world, we started in this life, we're fighting for our survival, and then we get to this point where we recognize that the place that we have built for ourselves is not as conducive for our health or our survival as we would like for it to be. And so it's time for us to start something new and head in a different direction. Sorry, my cat's here, so I'm like having to make sure he's not gonna jump on me or anything. And then we have the Devil card. So it's an abrupt ending. Judgment card is a new beginning due to an abrupt ending from some unhealthy habits, some unhealthy situations, some unhealthy coping mechanisms that we have put in place that have made us feel stuck or trapped for quite some time, that we've been trying to either restart, break these habits, break these connections, and then maybe feeling like we just haven't been doing the greatest at knowing how to do that or knowing how to get out of that situation. And part of what I would see as the key to this is, one, having an understanding of if we would like to make our wishes and dreams come true, then we have to balance out our heart and our mind. We have to find a way to temper our psychological and emotional well-being, and then we have to be able to listen to our instincts and trust our instincts, build up that sense of knowledge and awareness and trust within ourselves. And how this is probably all centered around this Magician in reverse, and not feeling that empowered sense of like, yes, I know what I'm doing, I know where I need to be going. There's some knowledge, some information that needs to be gained there in order to help support us. Like this, I would say the Magician is the catalyst of what started this journey of like a new beginning. So I pulled some clarifiers for the Magician card in reverse, and we got the Queen of Cups here. So this is either someone in your life who's maybe modeling some really great like self-care, emotional well-being, emotional balance energy for us, or this is us understanding that this is the place that really kind of needed to be balanced in that Temperance card, was our emotional side of ourselves. Because as we balance that emotional side and we understand about what it is that we need to learn, this is what helps push that mental side, also the mental balancing that needs to happen for the Temperance card. So as an additional card for the clarifier, I got the Nine of Cups here. So the Nine of Cups is going to be about just happiness, basically. It's happiness, it's joy. It's a sense of just finding that joy and happiness within ourselves. It's kind of it could be like the genie card in the We've Made a Wish, the star card, right? Make a wish upon a star. And now we've had that wish come true. It's been granted by the genie and we're just like happy. We're enjoying ourselves. So like self-care and emotional health and well-being and intelligence and building that up and prioritizing that can bring us to a sense of happiness and joy. But we're also recognizing that there's still some things for us to learn. Maybe we're not fully aware, because our next clarifier is the Page of Swords, which is the student card. Maybe there are still some things we need to learn about what self-care and joy and happiness looks like for us. And that's what the Magician card is trying to tell us. It is trying to tell us that you can balance and you can make wishes and you can do all of these things. But if you don't have the knowledge and the awareness through the experience of what actually brings you joy and happiness, there's still maybe more for you to learn, because you may still be having that feeling of being dissatisfied and understanding that like there is something that you need to move away from in order to improve your mental health and well-being, especially when it comes to your coping mechanisms and the habits that you've built up about how you deal with maybe not getting those needs met. So I asked for an outcome card. And so our outcome of this situation for this new moon solar eclipse is the Empress. Now the Empress card honestly kind of came out in reverse. It fell on the floor when I was pulling the cards. So when I got it off the floor, it was in reverse. So I kind of always take those as like a halfway in, halfway out. So in one sense, I do think that part of this is a journey around getting to this Empress energy, getting to this sense of abundance, of creation, of, again, kind of an attachment to this understanding of our instincts and our ability to be able to create the life that we desire, and maybe the disconnect that we're feeling from that due to this imbalance. An offer coming in, the Four of Cups here. So we have an offer that's going to be coming in from all of this work. And this is around reflecting about the past. Again, we're going back to this sense of like the Magician card that was saying this Queen of Cups and this Nine of Cups. Like there is something in the past that may have really thrown us off balance when it comes to our emotional well-being. And because of that, sorry, trying to turn the cards towards you. Because of that, we've had to do a lot of work to rebalance ourselves and to find our ability to, I'm trying to remember how to get this thing. Okay, there we go. To rebalance ourselves and get back to that space where we feel much more grounded, where we feel much more emotionally fulfilled and secure, and we're able to prioritize our own emotional well-being, as well as being able to communicate our feelings with others in order to find that happiness, in order to have that wish, that dream come true. But that there's still lessons that we need to learn about this, and those lessons, that kind of those, maybe some of those unhealthy habits that we picked up are showing up in the fact that now that we have new offers coming in, we're still thinking about the past. We're still thinking about the things that didn't work out. Like we have to be able to look up from the past and let those things go. The Judgment card with a fresh beginning, the Death card and the Devil card with abrupt endings or changes or just endings in general, and then towards those unhealthy habits. In order to get to that space where not only do we have temperance in heart and mind, and a balance that's going on there, but that we have temperance internally, the High Priestess. So we have that knowledge and that awareness of our psychological health. So I have not pulled a reading that had so many major arcana cards in a really, really long time. So I just thought it was super interesting and wanted to share that with everybody.